Hello, everyone, and welcome back to flatcapeurotalk. We're going to be giving you another scout report. This time it is going to be that new incoming Tottenham signing, Pape Matar, the Senegalese international. He will be joining us next season. He will be joining in the summer. So let's break this down. Just a bit of background on the player here. He is born in Tiroe, Senegal. Apologize for my pronunciation there, but actually from, a very humble region of Senegal for sure. Still only 19. I mean, the guy was born in 2002. Just now, a lot of these players are starting to make me feel a bit old, which is quite ridiculous when you think about it that way. His first club, by the way, was actually the same at this club in Senegal, Generation Foot, or Generation Foot, is the same club that Sadio Mane and Ismaila Sarr came from. So it does, clearly is breeding some very good talent over there in that club. And clearly a lot of very talented players out of Senegal do probably come from that region. And again, he's still only 19. I believe he only has 3 caps actually for the Senegal team in general. He mostly played his days for the under-19s, but again, comes from very humble background. And I think also it must be mentioned that this guy is very, very, very talented for his age. And that's why he's had such a strong start. In terms of his stats, though, this is what David and I broke down last time. It's really all these stats are being compared to any other center mid in Liga from last season. These are stats from last season that must be mentioned. But this is him compared to every other center mid in all of Liga, which I think is quite damning when you think about it, because the guy, he has 2.26 interceptions per 90, which is absolutely incredible. It ranked him in the 95th percentile of all center mids in Liga. Practically means he's one of the best. Dribblers tackled 1.3 per 90, 88th percentile. And then the percentage of dribblers tackled as well. He actually had a much higher percentage than most other center mids in the entire Liga, which again just kind of says that the guy does know how to get stuck in. That's probably where maybe a bit of those Yaya Toure kind of comparisons probably come from, because back then Yaya Toure, you could just do it all, get stuck in, lead the ball forward and whatnot. And he also is very, very, very good at finding a pass. He has 9.77 passes under pressure completed per 90, which is practically better than most players, I think, in practically all of Europe's top 5 leagues, to my knowledge, at least when it comes to that stat. And then one of my favorite sort of stats here is his carries into the final third. And this is, again, we're talking about a center mid here, everybody. I mean, a center mid that's able to carry it into the final third at least 2.94 times per 90 just says that this guy is able to carry the ball with his own 2 feet, with his own body, and just get the ball up the pitch that way, which can be very, very useful. And he also is very good in the air, with 63% of his aerial duels being won, which again puts him very high amongst players in his position. I mean, David, is there anything about the guy that maybe you learned so far, or any attributes here that you maybe kind of feel like are kind of being spoken through the stats here?
Well, look, the first one, that he's come from the same club as Mane and Ismaila Sarr. That's a big bonus. They're 2 quality players. But just looking at the stats here, Jack, he shows that he's an all-round midfielder. Right. He doesn't just excel in one area. He can excel in the defensive side of the game with the interceptions and dribblers tackled. And then, the passes under pressure. That's a phenomenal trait to have, because too many times we've seen that, especially at Tottenham, where this guy is coming to, his players under pressure cannot pass a ball. So he already has that at 19 years of age, so that'll fit in perfectly to Tottenham. And then look, if the pass isn't on, he's not afraid to go and carry the ball either. No. So for me, the all-round midfielder.
The all-around midfielder, there it is, everybody, especially, given the certificate of approval, you might say, from David there in terms of that. And honestly, I think a lot of comparisons to Yaya Toure are a bit more accurate. I think he's actually a bit different from Paul Pogba in the sense that I think he gets a bit more stuck in than maybe Paul Pogba ever does. That's why I would say maybe the comparison to Yaya Toure is actually quite accurate. And that is a huge compliment, you must admit. Before we break down the highlight reactions here, we just maybe got to touch on these attributes, so we can kind of, reference these attributes when we go into the stats. He's just an industrious player, like just knows how to get up and down the pitch in ways that probably very young players can, but I think he'll probably continue that throughout his years. I think it's just a huge attribute of his game. He loves a good long shot and loves a good ping pass as well. I know David will enjoy that in the highlight reactions. Very, very aggressive player. Very aggressive. And I think that gets combined actually with his lankiness, because his lankiness is just something that I really enjoy. I do love a very tall player, especially in the middle of the park. You know, it's good to have this kind of dominating kind of statures. And he just is able to poke balls away from dribblers that they just probably still don't even know how he does it, because he just reaches a dangling foot in areas where most dribblers would think, it's quite protected, and somehow he's still able to win the ball. The techers are definitely there, and also the eye for a pass is there. But David, let's break down these highlight reactions here and maybe see some of these attributes come to life.
Let's go for it. I love these.
And everybody, this is going to be from Brazil Scout, by the way. The link will be in the subscription for this if you like to watch this maybe in better sync or in better time. But here we go, everybody. Pape Matar. These are all highlights, I believe, from last season. So maybe plenty have already seen this video before, but let's break this down, David. It's absolute top ends from the boy.
Ball specialist.
These are some of his dribbling runs. They're some of my favorite.
Already, he looks like a younger version of Ndombele.
Oh, hopefully, see, but he's getting stuck in though, David, a lot more than maybe Tongi ever does. Oh, I'll see ya. I'll be seeing you.
Sit down.
Look how aggressive he is there, actually, just standing his ground as well, not intimidated. There's a beautiful ping. I'll be seeing you.
Good night.
Ooh, that's beautiful. Oh, wow. That's actually a beautiful dink.
Three players around him.
Look how long this guy is on that tackle. Like, just somehow wins the ball there. And also the aggression there.
See, that's what
sitting everybody down. Wow. He's almost, maybe even Hotspur would probably be quite impressed by a lot of these tackles as well, you would say. Look at the aggression on this guy. Oh, there's a ping.
Oh, that's a great pass.
This is an 18-year-old, a 19-year-old at the time as well, Dave. A 19-year-old. I mean, it's younger than Brian Hill. Ooh, what a touch.
Goodbye. Oh, and the pass to unlucky. He should have shot. He was too not
too
greedy.
Selfish.
Oh, what a ball. See, they're the ones I love. Do you know them ones? They can just get you away on the attack very, very quickly. Bypass everybody.
That's a beautiful slip-through ball here. That is beautiful. There you go. Wow. Very, very pacey there. Good goal, actually.
Yeah.
He's pinging these also where some of these players have no space as well. It's not like, some of these players are wide open, Dave. Some of them, he really gets it like perfectly down.
He just puts the perfect weight on it, Jack. Even he, from what I'm seeing here, he has that unique ability. Which
what a banger! First time as well. That is one of the goals probably of League on season. Oh, here's another ping. What you're talking about, Dave?
Jack, he has that unique ability that very few people possess. I'd say I possess it as well, but. Where you're able to hit a ball and it just kind of floats right in behind the defender.
Sails, yeah.
It's beautiful. It just kind of it's like a floated ball and then just like literally, soon it just drops right in behind the defender. It's a phenomenal pass.
Is it sometimes a bit of backspin that you have to put on it? Is it a bit of backspin that you need to put on it, Dave? Obviously, I really wouldn't know. I'm not able to.
It's hard how you hit the ball, lad. Yeah, you need to put that small bit of backspin on it when you're hitting it, lad. And then it'll fly like that, and then it'll just all of a sudden have that little drop right in behind the defender, right onto the striker's foot.
That's a ridiculous half volley pass. That's a Hotspur through ball right there. Guy just gets stuck in all over the pitch here. There's that lankiness there. There is that lankiness there. Ooh, great finish. Hit it into the floor as well. That is a tidy finish. That is a great finish. The guy is huge.
Yeah, he is. He's a man mountain, isn't he?
Yeah. And that's what we want to see as well. Imagine having Hotspur and him next to each other as well, Dave. I mean, that would just be this is ridiculous.
A good battle to see Hotspur, Skip, and Pape, Sarr all battle out in the midfield next season.
It's just adding further, depth to the Bermuda triangles that we already have in this squad. Dave really is. I mean, this guy really does look like he wants to get stuck in as well. Like he doesn't back down at all. Really doesn't. Here's another long shot, and that is Kineke.
Good tackle.
The guy does. And then he carries it up the pitch as well the moment he wins it. He's not afraid to, carry the ball out after winning it as well.
He's a very good reader of the game, Jack. Very, very good reader of the game. look, he kind of knows where people are going. But not only, it's one thing being able to read the game, but it's then being proactive after it, and he's doing it.
Oh, wow. That might be unstoppable, actually. I'm not
Oh,
sure who the opposition is there, but it's maybe a
power,
bit poor
pace,
keeping, but that's
perfect
impressive.
free kick.
That is impressive.
Go
Great
on,
touch.
son.
He loves a banger. This guy loves a banger. That is a nasty, nasty deflection there, and that's just because it has so much power on it. Oh, they had to back down from it, Dave. Maybe here's another one here. And again, that's a beautiful finish, actually. That is a beautiful, wow, look at that. Set up for him like that as well. With how much power he gets on these, Dave, actually, he almost he hits it off the guy off the floor as well.
Just to add an injury to insult, lad.
Oh, here's going to be some skills. Oh, he's just pulling the hole. Well, I'll be seeing you.
I mean, ref,
He's even calling his own fouls there.
What a ball.
Oh, this is in his own box as well. Oh, knows how to really drill it on the floor. He's done it multiple times. You know what? That's a sign of a good player.
He makes a good connection with them. Do you know what it is, though, Jack? Oh, and I was taught this growing up. Lean over the ball when you're striking it, and it keeps it low. Lean back, you get the height on it.
Especially on a wet day, Dave, just skips off the surface very fast as well. Makes it very hard for any keeper. Like we've been seeing also, maybe allows you to also get a nice, nasty deflection as well, for a goal too, because that's all you need, especially as a center mid when taking shots from distance. Oh, wow.
Oh, cheeky. Oh, naughty.
He's got a turn of pace as well, a bit of agility there. Oh, wow.
Oh, goodbye. See you later.
Stuck in. Here's a good ping, hopefully.
Another one. You just
wow. It even slows down when it hits the turf as well.
That's the backspin on it, lad.
Yeah, exactly. When you think it's going to go way ahead of him, somehow it just stops. This is not going to be good. You even knew he was going to do. Oh!
Oh, filthy.
Can't be doing that.
You like a pen as cool as you like. Top man, sit down. Go and have a bit of lunch or something.
Can't be I can't wait for this guy, actually. I can see why people are getting impatient, Dave.
There's bits of shades of Kineke in him going forward, lad.
He does. And maybe just
Did you see that pass? The little curl on it. Beautiful.
Oh, everybody, really do appreciate this. Really do appreciate also David for joining me for this one. That was a sensational scout report, I think. Honestly, David, I'm maybe getting a bit impatient, that we haven't got this guy in so soon. I mean, are you looking forward to him next season?
Oh, I can't wait to come in. Look, with him spending the year back out on loan at Mets, it's only going to do good for him, Jack. It's a year of game time for him. A bit like Ollie Skip, he needed that extra year of game time before he came into the Tottenham squad. Get Pape, Matar, Sarr in there. Look, not only is he industrious, he's aggressive, and he's great at tackling, but the guy can go forward with the ball, and he has that unique passing ability. He's going to be a real player for Tottenham for sure. And he'd probably end up solving like that, having that passer from midfield, from deep in midfield. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he'd solve that issue.
I to a degree, I might go as far to say he's just looking like the perfect center mid, the all-around center mid, the one that, you can't really, it's one you could only dream of, having in your squad. And just if he continues to develop in the way that he is, I think we've absolutely found a real gem. I really do. But that'll be all for this scout report, everybody. Please, please, please drop a subscribe and hit that notification bell. You don't want to miss another scout report like this one, especially when David is joining me. Definitely makes maybe some of the highlight reactions a whole lot better as well. But really do appreciate everybody for tuning in for these scout reports. Of course, if you want to see another one, theirishyid was released the other day. Someone who I think could be a Christian Eriksen replacement. This guy is certainly someone that is just going to be an all-around incredible midfielder. But that'll be all for now, everybody. Again, please let me know in the comments any other players that you feel like Spurs should be signing that we should do a scout report on. But David and I will be seeing you.